Taking a look at the trading week beginning September 8th, the first thing we're going to pay attention to is the early stock moves on Monday. Non-farm payrolls were obviously a miss last week, which drove stocks and commodities higher early on the idea of Fed rate cuts being more likely rather than less likely. But then the stock move reversed as the session went on. Studies have shown the initial move caused by non-farm payrolls is often not the move that persists throughout the trading day, and Monday's move is often the confirmation of what the payrolls data really means to the market. So we're going to pay attention to that. On top of that, Tuesday, we have the annual BLS revision. You remember that from last year? It was a big deal. And if the revision is big, markets could be more affected by that than they were by Friday's data. We also have inflation data next week. Thursday, we have the August CPI data, which is expected to be slightly higher on the headline number month over month and unchanged on the core month over month. This is not as important as it was prior to Friday's payrolls data, but it could actually stabilize the market if the figures do not deviate too much from expectations. Treasury yields dropped for the third consecutive week on the short end last week, but this time the long end dropped double digit on its yields, which means the market isn't looking for any sort of inflation going forward, not in a big way anyway. And the CPI data could potentially confirm the long end's move or even reverse it. Earnings and data next week, we have a grand total of 15 companies reporting with market caps of over $1 billion, including Oracle, Adobe, Synopsys, Rubrik, SailPoint, GameStop, Planet Labs, Kroger, KC General Stores, and Chewy. Also in the U.S., we have $58 billion of 3-year notes being auctioned, $39 billion of 10-year notes, and $22 billion of 30-year bonds. Economic data Sunday night, Japanese GDP. Monday, German industrial production and UK retail sales data. Tuesday, we get that BLS preliminary payroll revision that I mentioned. And then at night, Chinese CPI. Wednesday, US PPI and Japanese manufacturing data that evening. Thursday, we have an ECB rate decision and then CPI data in the US. And Friday, we get Japan and UK industrial production, German CPI, and in the US, September preliminary Michigan sentiment and consumer inflation expectations data.